Hello everyone, my name is Lovelyn L. Bataluna from BEd 1A Night. And today I'm going to do a debate position with the topic of does the global or international free trade has done more harm than good? And we could also have a news article that discusses about the free trade, international or national scope. Let's start. Does the global or international free trade has done more harm than good? International free trade under a free trade policy, goods and services can be bought and sold across international borders with little or no government tariffs, quotas, subsidies, or prohibitions to inhibit their exchange. The concept of this trade is the opposite of trade protectionism or economic isolationism. Free trade may have good impact to our economy, but frequently it may cause harm and damage to our economic stability, especially to the workers. Thus may decrease competitiveness in the markets and may cause low demands for the commodities and services locally. But free trade has produced many negative effects, in particular deplorable working conditions, job loss, economic damage to some countries, and environmental damage globally. Free trade may generate more currency and may open up more markets. All of these commodities and services being traded can be availed at cheaper rate or price. They purchase goods or services that have low cost that makes this advantage for the local markets and workers. This may result to stagnation of wages, decrease of demands, increase of unemployment, and underpaid workers that outweigh the benefits of this global free trade. From this perspective, global free trade provides more benefits for more corporations. But for the poor, this is a problem for their livelihood and can have a serious negative impacts to the other workers and markets. In the news article that discusses about free trade is free trade occurs when goods and services can be bought and sold between countries or subnational regions without tariffs, quotas, or other restrictions being applied. International trade represents the sale and trade of goods, services, and capital across international borders. Such trade of food, clothes, machinery, oil, commodities, and currency gives corporation access to customers throughout the world, and it gives customers opportunities to purchase a wider selection of goods and services. International trade can be traced back centuries, even to the ancient network of trade routes that comprised the Silk Road that connected Asian markets to the Mediterranean Sea more than 2,000 years ago. Free trade is a largely theoretical policy under which governments impose absolutely no tariffs, taxes, or duties on imports or quotas on export. For example, the North American Free Trade Agreement between the United States, Canada, and Mexico is one of the best known EFTAs. International trade can be complicated through the use of tariffs that are sometimes assessed by countries to increase the price of imports to make them less attractive to customers in that country. Trade restriction can also be imposed by a government or the international community against a nation that is engaging in unsavory activities, such as supporting terrorism, human trafficking, or conducting research on weapons of mass destruction. Thus, international trade is often a political tool as well as an economic indication of a country's global presence. UK signs post-Brexit free trade deal with Singapore. The UK has signed a free trade deal with Singapore covering trade of £17.6 billion. The latest in a series trade that Britain is seeking to secure around the world post Brexit. And that's the end of my debate. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something.